All right, Social Cam Part 2. I wanted to talk to Chris
This is
about.
like part 3. You recorded like 4 times.
Yeah, I
man.
know. The first one was like for just some music, some Christmas stuff. The second part was more for like so they can get a feel for who you are and what you do. This third time is just trying to giving us style, how to feel what we playing. That's what everybody wants.
Rehearse it. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you get it to a point to where you're comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? You speak well. I mean, based on how well you understand English. You know what I'm saying? So, whether it's written or verbal, how well you can speak it or write it, and so just how well you understand it. Same thing with your playing. The better you understand what you're doing, the better you practice it, you try to be creative with it, then that's just how it's going to come out.
Do you think that? What would you tell like new musicians, like beginners who's trying to, learn how to play, and they're pressured into, because most African Americans are pressured into, yeah.
It's true. I totally agree with that. I say, man, take the time to learn to play all your keys. You know what I mean? I know a lot of musicians, a lot of younger guys, and they try to, get me to hook them up with churches and that kind of stuff. And a lot of them can't play in all their keys, but if you don't know D major chords, you can't put them in this A flat or B or whatever. So it limits you a lot. And then be open to learn like a lot of hymns and that kind of stuff. You don't have to play that way, but it teaches you the way music should sound. And the better you understand the way music should sound, the better you can alter it. You know what I'm saying? All these players, man, that are really, really playing, you give them like a hymn, it's like murder to the third degree.
What do you mean by
Because they
murder?
understand. I mean, like they're really going in. They understand where it could go, the way it should sound, and then from there they just kind of put their own little things that they've learned.
So like, play a basic hymn and then play a hymn with extra feel into it.
I mean, right. So that's just the basic melody and chords. It still sounds sweet. Which is probably good enough. So, but
So the first time you played was more so trying to, get comfortable. Now, what do you do when you're not comfortable with a song and you're kind of
pad it out. So they say, oh, okay, good. It's like they could have, 1-4-5 are the basic movements. Any song, everything else is just kind of substitute off that. So any key learning 1-4-5, and they can rescue you.
So explain to people that don't know, what is 1-4-5?
Whatever scale you're playing. There's one chord, so like in the F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. Well, let's go to C. So it's all white keys. So C, all the way to C. So the first C chord, C. The 4 chord, C would be F, the F chord. The 5 chord would be G. So they can just rescue you all the time if you don't really know. Because melodies are generally based around there unless it has some type of minor thing going on or whatever. But just in general, a lot of songs, you maybe find the melody somewhere in there.
So 1, 4, and 5 is like where you kind of want to be once you find out. Now
those inversions, invert those chords out, then it gets into more of a voicing thing. But just in general, melodies are written around the inversions. So it's not always in the real position. So sometimes it's in the inversions. But that's just the 4-5 chord, just playing different inversions.
So inversions are like when you, instead of...
So one way or the other, you take, so it's a C major chord, you take one of these notes, right? You take this first bottom note, and you take it up an octave. It gives you an inversion on the same chord. If you go back here, you can also invert down, so this top note, G, you go here. Those are the basic inversions. So I'm here, same concept, you see on the bottom, take it up top, just so you can see what's going on. So, basic inversions, right? Without getting into like voicing the chord, just basic inversions where you can follow the melody real well.
So can can you give us a like a basic song that's like a more of a 1-4-5 type style? I know that's kind of
no, because like the What a Friend We Have is Jesus, we can simplify that to 1-4-5 and still do well with it. So if I go back to the key of C, 1 to 4, back to the 1. Back to the 5, so I'm at the 5 now. So if I was to begin at it, it still would be sweet. It still would kind of hold the song down. If you want to find all the melody.
I like that.
1-4-5, did everything.
So there you guys have it. You know, coming from a professional, he knows what he's doing. And I hope that that answers a lot of questions that people was asking me. You know, I think it's better coming from you. So I'm going to stop this video and we're going to do a part 3 and then we're just going to take it home.
Part 4?
Part 4, yeah. Part 4, yeah.
Stay with us, man.